What the B&W employee is looking at is the oldest part of Burmeister and Wain, the old shipyard. In the 1800s, Christianshavn was dominated by industry, especially the iron industry. The Green Gate has been preserved from that time and was the entrance to the old B&W. Founded in 1843 in Copenhagnen, B&W eventually took its name from Carl Christian Burmeister and William Wain. By 1846, the factory moved to Christianshavn. Back then, it wasn't unusual for industry to be located right in the heart of cities. Today, the massive factory has been replaced by new apartments. If we go behind the church, the large, dirty factories with their smoking chimneys have been replaced by modern buildings. Out towards Copenhagen Harbour, the large cranes are long gone, and new, modern architecture has taken their place. However, some individual buildings and facades still stand in Christianshavn, such as the large square building by Knippelsbro, which once served as B&W's main administration building. Today, it has been transformed into a hotel. If you walk behind the church, you'll find Morten Strada's sculpture, Sea Surge. Next to the sculpture, a timeline made of stone highlights the most significant events in B&W history. One stone commemorates the relocation of the shipyard to Refhakleøen, a massive expansion for B&W. Do you want to see the old shipyard on Refhakleøen? Bus 2A from Christianshavn Torv takes you directly to the yard. The old B&W shipyard has become a very popular place with galleries, flea markets, restaurants and sports. Down by the small quay, hundreds of B&W workers would arrive by boat from Toldboden. The boat would arrive in this small alley. Others chose to come to the yard on foot, by bicycle or by car. The dry dock you see here was where ships were assembled from large parts called sections. Here, the ship could be welded together in a dry area, and then water could be let in when it was ready to sail. B&W used the entire quay here, calling the place the equipment. This is where the completed ships were fitted with interiors such as rooms, toilets, etc. It was the final part of the work before they were painted and finally delivered to the customer. Everywhere, crane tracks bear witness to the many tall cranes that participated in the work. Next door, work was carried out on iron plates. This area was a storage area for iron plates, and a lot of iron was needed. In the large buildings behind, the iron was processed. First it had to be cut up, and then it had to be welded together. Here lies the template loft. In the loft here, the iron was cut out according to templates, so that they could become ships according to carefully planned drawings. They were constantly trying to streamline the process to be competitive. In 1960, therefore, the B&W halls were built. Soon the yard would function as a long assembly line. Now iron plates and sections would be transported into the halls, and cranes would carry them out into the new dry dock for assembly of the ships. After the relocation to Refhakleøen, production in Christianshavn focused on the production of engines. But the work with the engine had become so extensive that in 1920, a new expansion of B&W was created. A very large, round foundry hall was therefore built on Tælholmen in Copenhagen's South Harbour. The hall is gone today, but back the street, Støberigel is named after B&W. When B&W went into suspension of payments and closed in 1996, it had previously sold B&W's engine division to the German MAN. MAN still exists and is actually located on Tælholmen and has 1,300 employees. MAN develops the same diesel engine that was invented at B&W. It is sold all over the world today for production and still bears the name B&W. Burmeister and Wain's story is a reminder of Copenhagen's industrial past, a past that's still visible in the architecture and street names of Christianshavn.